many people do you have on you online?
I have no idea. We just turned it on, so have no idea who's joining us live, but good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening to everybody on Facebook. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Atandra Vinchealle. I am the keeper of the Mermaid's Wisdom at themermaidswisdom.com. I am a certified, attuned Reiki practitioner in 2 different modalities. I am a feminine wellness lifestyle coach, and I support women who desire to love their bodies, love their feminine cycles, eliminate their stress, and have more orgasms. That is me. That is who I am. That is what I do. And again, I want to thank you all so much for coming here this evening, and welcome to everyone on Facebook, and again, welcome to everyone that's here. So before we begin, I actually like to create space. And what I mean by creating space is allowing you the opportunity to create space within yourself so that you can receive what is here for you to receive this evening. Is that okay with everybody? Yes, sir.
Is this just a feminine?
No, it's not. It's not. Reiki is for men and women. I'm just introducing myself and who I am and what I do so that everyone here is familiar with me and who I am and what I do. But it is not only for women, I promise.
I was going to excuse me.
No. So happy that you're here. It's beautiful, awesome to have a divine masculine presence here. So we're so grateful and so thankful for that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to create some space, okay? I don't know if you've ever heard this saying before, but your breath, or the breath, is the bridge to your consciousness. And so what we're going to do before we begin is just do a small breathing exercise that I like to do before these kinds of gatherings, just to settle yourself, to ground yourself, and to allow for you to create space to receive what is here for you to receive, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to plant your feet firmly on the ground, okay? And if you are watching us on Facebook, you can do the same. All right. And I want you to relax your back on your seat, okay? Your head is nice and erect, so head up. Chest up. We're going to open up the chest, relax the shoulders, roll them down and back. Okay? And now what I want you to do is I want you to take your hands and place them underneath your belly button. Okay? In Tai Chi, we call that the dantian. Okay? Just right here underneath your belly button. And what you're going to do is you're going to close your eyes, and I'm going to guide your breathing. Now what you're looking for is when you inhale, you want to fill your belly first. So inhale through the nose and then exhale through the lips. Okay, so do that a couple of times just to practice, and then I'll guide you. So deep breath in through the nose, filling up the belly first. Exhale through the lips. Deep breath in through the through the nose, filling up the belly first. Exhale through the lips. Okay, one more time. Deep breath in through the nose, filling up the belly first. Exhale through the lips. And now you're going to do the same breathing exercise on my count. So we're going to inhale for 4, exhale for 4. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Now breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 2, 3, 4. Last 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Now with your eyes still closed, we're going to do one more. And this time we're going to do it on an 8 count. So you will inhale for a count of 8, filling up the belly first. Exhale for a count of 8. Head up, chest up, roll the shoulders back and down, and you're still relaxed. We'll begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, now. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, before you open your eyes, I want you to do one thing for me. I want you to make an internal agreement with yourself and your creator, whomever you believe that to be, God, the universe, however you define that. And I want you to make an agreement that you will be open to the teachings that you receive here this evening. Still breathing. That you will receive openly what is here for you today. And that you will receive without resistance, but with ease, pleasure, and flow. And once you have made that agreement, you can open your eyes. Okay, how are we? Good? Okay. So a couple of things before we get started, okay? The first thing that I would like for you to do is empty yourself all the way out of whatever you've heard about Reiki before, whatever you think this is, any other teachings, any preconceived notions. Because some of the things that I may say may not necessarily align with where you come from or what you were used to, okay? But what I can definitely promise you is that whatever is said and whatever is given to you today is given to you from divine source because that is what you need. Is that fair? Okay. The other thing I want to say is that there is no need to take notes and there's no need to try to remember everything that I'm saying, okay? Because the reality is more is caught than is taught. So I want you to sit in a place of no resistance without the need to feel like I have to remember everything. This is being recorded on Facebook Live, so it'll be available on their Facebook page. You can always come back and watch the replay. I do want you to sit and receive what is here for you today. Is that fair? Okay. We're going to save our questions to the end. And the last thing I have is a disclaimer. I am not a physician. I am not a medical professional. And so none of the information that you hear here tonight is designed to diagnose or treat or cure any ailments. You are an autonomous being, and it is absolutely your responsibility to make sure that you check in with yourself, with your creator, and with your primary care provider before introducing any new modalities of support and healing for your life force. Is that fair? Yes. Okay. So, how did I even get into Reiki in the first place? Okay. The reality is I have been doing this since I was a little girl. And what you're going to find out as we go through this talk today is that you have already been engaging with this energy force. You have already been doing Reiki. You just don't know that you have. You have not put a name to it. You have not put a structure to it. I remember when I was, I think I was about 12 or 13, and I was in the car with my mom, and she went to crank the car, and the car wouldn't start. And I remember at 12, I just put my hands out like this, and I closed my eyes, and I was like, please start the car, please start the car, please start the car, please start the car. I gotta get to school, please start the car. The interesting thing is, if you have ever done that, you have done Reiki. If you have ever bumped your toe or bumped your knee and went, ooh, and put your hand on that, you have done Reiki. If a child has ever run to you because she skinned her knee, or, she had a bad dream, or she's got a boo-boo, and you've given her a hug, or you've kissed the boo-boo on your grandchild, you have done Reiki. The only difference between you and me in terms of what you have done and what I do is that I have officially been attuned. And we'll talk about what that means a little bit later. But that's really the only difference. And so I wanted to say that to you because a lot of times when we come to these gatherings about energy healings and all of these different modalities, it is made to seem like such a complicated type of energy. It's this complicated thing. If you want to access this, you must acquire the feather of a phoenix and the egg of a blue chicken and, breast milk from a Cambodian woman and burn it all in the fire before everything comes together. And then you can access the energy, right? And I want you to understand in the very beginning that that is not what this is. That is not how this works. This is a universal energy that is your birthright, that every single one of you has access to, and every single one of you has the right to utilize. Okay? Now, how did I end up getting attuned? A couple of years ago, I had gone through this space where I was going through a really, really, really bad depression. There were some things that had been changing in my business, and so I had some issues there. We've got 4 children, and so as children come into their manhood, their womanhood, there's a lot of things that go along with that. At the time, I had decided that I was going to stop bodybuilding, but because of that, I had lost my 6-pack, I had gained some weight, and so I had developed some really, really low self-esteem issues. And the interesting thing about spiritual people, when we go through these kinds of things, when you go through a depression, one of 2 things tends to happen. Either everything turns off and everything is silent, and if you are that kind of person, you know what I mean, or everything turns on and it's really, 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 really loud. And so for me, everything turned on. All of the voices, all of the everything turned on, and it was really, really loud all the time. And I literally thought I was losing my mind. But because I'm a Tandra, the wife, the mommy, the business owner, the girl who was really, really, really smart in college, I was not comfortable verbalizing that I felt like I was losing my mind. And so I was suffering on my own internally. I was never really specific about what was going on with me. I wouldn't tell anybody specifically what was going on with me. But internally, I was suffering. And I was literally what I thought was on the verge of a nervous breakdown. I literally thought I was losing my mind. And I'm scrolling on Facebook, and Dr. Akua Gray has this post. And all I read, everything else in the post is a blur. But what stood out to me was, get your mind back. I remembered that. I remembered something about Reiki. I remembered something about healing and blah, 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 blah. Like everything else was a blur. And it was like training on this day at this time, and it's free. And so because I knew I needed to get my mind back, I attended what I found out was a level 1 Reiki teaching, Reiki training. And from that point on, I became attuned to Reiki level 1, attuned to Reiki level 2, and it just goes on from there. So what I will tell you is this. I'm not going to tell you that by understanding Reiki and learning Reiki, you're going to be able to go out there and lay hands on people and cure everybody's cancer and cure world hunger or all of that. I can't guarantee you that. I can't tell you that. I won't say that. Because the way this energy works is your experience with this energy is based upon what permission you give and how open you are to receiving and connecting with that energy. What I will tell you is that what we're going to learn today is absolutely, absolutely going to change your life if you allow it to do so. So, you've heard me say universal life force. Every single being, every single organism on this planet is permeating with this universal life force. In Christianity, it's called the Holy Spirit. In Hinduism, it's called prana. In China, it is called chi. And in Japan, it is called ki. And I'm sure amongst other cultures and all other places around the world, it's got lots of different names. But the bottom line is it is a universal life force energy that permeates in every single being on this planet. Every single cell in your body is permeating with this life force energy. And this life force energy has been used and has been accessed for healing prior to when Jesus was born. This is before Buddha. This is before Jesus. And on many accounts, it goes so far back that we can't even really put a date to it. We can't even really put a time frame to it. But that is how old this modality is. That is how much history this modality has. Now, some of the other methods of accessing this energy would be Reiki. Well, Reiki is what we're talking about today. Yoga, meditation, acupuncture, feng shui. All of these are different modalities that we use to access and support this same life force energy. So what I want you to understand is that by learning Reiki and understanding what Reiki is, you're not learning something that's better than something else. You're learning something that is different than something else, right? Yoga, acupuncture, all of these things, all of these modalities, what you're doing is you are using your physical body as an access point, as a point of access to be able to connect with divine source energy. So it's not better than anything else. It's not better than acupuncture. It's not better than yoga. It is just different. What I will say is that Reiki is the easiest form, the easiest modality that you can access to be able to access this universal life energy for your own healing and for your own support. That makes sense. Now, the way this works is that we all have this energy, right? But there are things that we can do that are a part of our lifestyles that will decrease the amount of access that we have to this energy. Okay? Some of those things are lack of sleep, stress, lack of movement. And when I say lack of movement, I'm saying lack of movement instead of exercise, because there's different ways to be able to move that energy through your body. And that could be through dance, that could be through yoga, that could be through a lot of different things. So lack of movement, lack of nourishing yourself properly. So this means eating the foods that are necessary for your body to maintain optimal energy. Intoxication with drugs and alcohol. So all of these different things, even having a bad attitude. Having a bad attitude actually depletes your ability to access that energy. Okay? So we're going to use some terms that are kind of popular right now, on Facebook and Instagram, right? So we're going to talk about vibrations and frequency, okay? So things that are of low vibration decrease your access to this energy. Things that are of a higher vibration are going to increase your access to that energy, okay? Now, when you are harnessing the energy of Reiki, what you're doing is you are accessing your body's own ability to heal itself on a physical, psychological, emotional, and spiritual level. So when a Reiki therapist is performing Reiki for you, with you, on you, okay, they're not giving you some kind of magical power. What the therapist is doing is allowing himself or herself to be a conduit for that universal life energy so that that energy can go to the places in your body where you need the most support. And what that does is it activates your body's own ability to heal itself of your pain, your ailments, anxieties, things of that nature. Okay? So I want to dispel a couple of myths, right? Nobody throws Reiki at you, so we're not going around here throwing Reiki. Like, I'm going to throw some Reiki at you. Nobody sends Reiki to you. I'm going to send you Reiki, right? Because that universal life energy is something that we all have access to. So what is happening is if you are performing Reiki on yourself, you are allowing yourself to be a channel, and you are channeling that energy, and then your body and your mind and your spirit are drawing from that energy what they need in the specific places and spaces where they need it to bring balance back to those areas. Okay? You following me so far? Is that making sense? Okay. So, to give you a definition, if you want an actual definition, Reiki is a healing modality in which you use your hands to channel universal energy to parts of the body that need support. That is the simplest way. So, earlier, when we did the breathing exercise, and I had you place your hands here, what you were accessing was your body's own ability to send energy to that area for yourself. So you have literally already done a Reiki treatment on yourself. Give yourself a hand for today. I have some information here on the history of Reiki. And I'm not really sure, now that I have it and now that I'm looking at it, I'm not really sure if this part of the information is going to serve you at the highest level. So if anybody wants, did anybody want specific information on the history at all? No? Okay, perfect. I didn't think so. Reiki, Rei, R-E-I, R-E-I. Okay? In Japanese, it means universal, Ki, Ki. In Japanese, it means life force energy. Reiki, or Reiki, universal life force energy. When you feel good, when you are experiencing joy, when you are happy, when you are rested, when everything feels good to you, then your Ki, the universal life energy, is very high. This can help to ward off disease. This can help to ward off diseases physically, psychologically, emotionally. When you don't feel good, when you're feeling low, then your Ki is low. And what this means is you now become susceptible to disease, to ailments, to imbalances in your body. And so that is one of the reasons why feeling good is so important to your life force. I'm going to say it again. That is the reason why feeling good is so important to your life force. So one of the first tips that I can give you in terms of being able to access this energy continuously is to create a life and create a situation within yourself where you are constantly looking for opportunities to feel good all the time. Because when you feel good, your Ki is high, you have high access to the energy. When you feel bad, your Ki is low, you have low access to the energy. So how does this work? I'm going to show this to you. Actually, I'm going to show this to you. Can everybody see that? Yeah, everybody see that? Okay. So I'm going to show this to you on Facebook because I know you won't be able to see it later, but I'm going to go through it. Okay. In your body, there are 7 main energy centers. Okay? For the purposes of this talk, we're going to call them chakras. Start from the top of your head all the way down here to the bottom. Okay? Now, the way that this works is every single chakra is responsible for sending energy to the organs that are in that area. Okay? Now, if this was a Reiki level 1 attunement, then I'd go through each one of the chakras and tell you each one of the organs that the chakra is responsible for. But we're not going to do that today, so just trust me. Okay? I'll give you an example. Your throat chakra, here, this light blue color right here. Okay? This energy center, this is the center of your spoken word. Okay? This is whether you speak up for yourself, whether you don't speak up for yourself. This is how you speak to people, and it begins with how you speak to yourself. But this energy center on a physical level is responsible for supporting and sending energy to your throat, to your thyroid, to your arms, as well as your upper digestive tract. And so the way this energy works, the way Reiki healing works is, if your chakras are out of balance, then that means on a physical level that the organs in that area are not receiving the support that they need. So, for example, right here in your sacral chakra, okay, this is the area of your creativity. Okay, this is where your creativity is sourced from. Oftentimes, when you are having a hard time being creative, you are probably also constipated, or probably also having some type of a digestive issue. And so what Reiki does is, by laying of the hands on these areas, it sends energy to help unblock the chakras, to help balance the energy of the chakras so that those energy centers can make sure that energy is sent to the organs that they are responsible for. Okay? So that's how this works on a basic level. Let me say this. When you are doing Reiki on yourself, okay, so if you have a headache and you place your hands here, or you have a stomach ache and you place your hands here, there is a form of permission that is necessary, okay? So again, this is a universal life energy. Everybody has access to it. There's not anybody on the face of this planet that does not have access to it. However, in order for the energy to be effective, there is a level of permission that must be given by you. So for example, if you place your hands on your stomach and you have a stomach ache, okay, and you say, I want to send energy to this area. But there's also a little tickle in the back of your throat, okay? Which means that eventually, if you don't get that taken care of, you're probably going to develop a cold of some sort, okay? But you only give yourself permission to send energy to your stomach because this is what's hurting right now, right? This is all I care about right now. Well, what is going to happen is that the energy force will only be sent to that area. Because the way Reiki works is Reiki goes where it needs to go, but it will not kick down the doors of where it's not invited. And so when you are working with this energy, even if you are feeling a pain in one area, or if you are feeling discomfort in one area, or if you have brain fog and it's time to study and you can't think and you just want to clear your mind, even if there is one thing that you want to focus on specifically, it is important that you give yourself permission, or the therapist permission, and the divine source permission for the Reiki to go wherever it needs to go. Because you may feel one thing, and there may be other things going on in your body that you don't yet feel. And so you don't want to limit yourself in that way. Okay? So we're going to play around with it right now and just kind of give you an idea, a feel for what that source feels like. Okay? I want you to take your hands and do this. Okay? And now I want you to rub them together faster. Okay? Now, I want you to pull your hands apart. And literally what you're doing right now, if you allow yourself, is you should be able to feel the energy. And what I'm doing is I'm actually forming a ball. So you can take that energy and you can form a ball with it. And then what I want you to do is I want you to play with the size. Okay? So I can make mine really, really small. Because this is what I allow. This is what I am giving permission for at this time. This is all I'm giving permission for. Or I can give permission for more. And I can expand. And I can give permission for more. And I can expand. And at whatever point I decide that I no longer want to give any more permission, I can stay here or I can make it smaller. The energy that you feel in your hands, that is ki. That is chi. That is prana. That is the universal life force energy. That is the energy that you all have access to. And now I want you to take that ball and just place it wherever you want to place it on your body. So I'm going to place mine here. and give yourself permission to receive whatever is here for you to receive. Give yourself permission to receive whatever is here for you. Reiki will go where it needs to go, but it will not kick down the doors of where it is not invited. So, now what I want to do is I'm going to go over the 5 Reiki principles with you. Okay? There are 5 Reiki principles. Again, you don't have to try to memorize them because they will be available on the video on the Facebook page. But I'm going to say them out loud to you. I'm going to say all 5 of them, and then I'm going to have you say all 5 of them. And what I want you to connect with when you say these 5 principles is what it is that you feel. That's what I want you to connect to. Don't intellectualize it. Don't try to memorize it. Just connect to how it makes you feel. Principle number 1. Just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will not be angry. Just for today, I will not be angry. Just for today, I will do my work honestly. Just for today, I will do my work honestly. Just for today, I will give thanks for my many blessings. Just for today, I will give thanks for my many blessings. Just for today, I will be kind to every living thing. Just for today, I will be kind to every living thing. So now I'm going to say the principle, and then you are going to connect to what you feel, and then you are going to repeat the principle after me. Okay? Just for today, I will not worry. When you're ready.
Just for today, I will not worry.
Okay. Just for today, I will not be angry.
Just for today, I will not be angry.
Just for today, I will do my work honestly.
Just for today, I will do my work honestly.
Just for today, I will give thanks for my many blessings.
Just for today, I will give thanks for my many blessings.
Just for today, I will be kind to every living thing.
Just for today, I will be kind to every living thing.
Okay. Now, when you align yourself with these principles, you are literally aligning yourself with this universal life force energy. And if you will align yourself with these principles, you can take 1 principle a month. 1. And every day, if I start with just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, just for today, just for today. And the reason why the principle begins with just for today is because as human beings, we are not perfect all the time. And if I tell you to go home and not worry, then what will happen is you'll go home and then you'll worry and then you'll say, oh man, I messed it up. Not going to try that again. But if you focus on right now, this moment, just for today. And if you wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning, you say, just for today, I will not worry. And then at 10:05, you worry about something and you catch yourself and you say, okay, I worried then. It is now 10:06. Just for today, I will not worry. And then you don't worry again until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then at 1:01, you worry and you catch yourself and you say, okay, it is now 1:03. Just for today, I will not worry. And what that does so many things on so many levels. The first thing it does is it rewires your brain. One of the reasons why you worry, if we're going to take the first principle, just for today, I will not worry. One of the reasons why you worry is because you have developed the habit of worrying. And when you develop the habit of worrying, it ingrains a neurological pathway literally in your brain. You can see it. If somebody were to take your brain out, they could see that groove in your brain. And so what happens is when something happens, you will get triggered. You will automatically worry because you have developed the habit of worrying. Now, when you develop the habit of worrying, worrying causes anxiety. Anxiety depletes your ki, which lowers your ability to be able to access this universal life force energy. And so by saying these things, by working with this, by aligning yourself with these principles, you are aligning yourself with this energy. You are rewiring your brain, which rewires your biology. And that small saying is life-changing. Because for every little bit that you can increase your ki, every little bit that you can increase that life force energy, you increase your ability to be able to access it. Okay? I'm going to have you do one more treatment on yourself. Here's what I want to ask you. Ask yourself, and you too in Facebook. When you worry, where do you feel it? Mm-hmm. Where do you feel it? Okay? You feel it in your head. Okay? When you worry, where do you feel it? For me, when I worry, it's heavy right here. It's heavy right here on my chest. Heavy right here on my chest. And then sometimes it's chest and head for me if I worry. Okay? What I want you to do right now is take your hands, and wherever you feel that when you worry, I want you to place your hands there. Place your hands there now. Close your eyes. And I'm going to give you about a minute to do this. And I'll count the minutes so you don't have to. But for 1 minute, you're going to sit there in peace. Relax your body, relax your mind, go back to your breathing, and you're going to repeat to yourself. Or, you know what? Let's work some energy in the room. Let's repeat it out loud. Just for today, I will not worry. At your own pace, whenever you're ready, everybody go.
Just for today, I will not worry. 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 Just for today, I will not worry.
Okay.
Just for today, I will not worry.
Take a deep breath. Inhale. You can relax and open your eyes. Okay? So I want you to take that with you. I want you to take that with you. That one treatment. Just for today, I will not worry. And you don't have to say it out loud if you're in your car, if you're at work, if you're in a public place. Okay? It can be something that you're saying to yourself. Whenever you feel worried, whenever you feel anxious, If you're on the street and somebody cuts you off in traffic, whatever the situation may be, place your hands in that area. Just for today, I will not worry. Okay? And the last thing I want to go over is a few different forms of Reiki so that you understand, so that as you're, in your communities or whatnot, you're hearing this language, you understand what that means. Okay? I'm going to go over 3 different types, because I'm only going to go over the types that I am familiar with, that I have engaged with. If you look this up online, there's going to be hundreds of different forms of Reiki, and because, people take this stuff and they do whatever it is that they want to do with it. But I want to give you 3 different ones that you can engage with. And if you have any questions about any of this, you can reach out to me and you can email me and we can talk about it, and it's totally fine. Okay? So the first method is the Usui method, and that is the method that it was originally created by Dr. Usui, who coined the term Reiki in the first place. So most Reiki is derived from his method, okay? The Usui method of Reiki is designed to help balance your body, your mind, and your spirit, to help balance all of your energy centers, to help you find balance in the areas where you are experiencing pain, discomfort, or dis-ease. Okay? The second modality is Naturopathic Reiki, and that was created by Dr. Akua Gray. Naturopathic Reiki follows the same principles as Usui Reiki, with the addition of symbols and tools that have their origin in ancient Africa. Okay? The third form is called Cosmic Polarity Reiki. Now, this is a Reiki that is literally only an oral tradition. All Reiki is only supposed to be an oral tradition, but technology and the West, we like to take things and then we like to put them in packages and put them in ebooks and video series, because that's what people like. But Cosmic Polarity Reiki is a complete oral tradition. You will not find anything about it online. There are no books, there are no videos, there are no nothing. The only way you learn it is if you are attuned, and that was created by Baba Richard and Sri Namaste Moore, and they teach that at their retreats. Cosmic Polarity Reiki is designed to help anchor you in your essence. So as a masculine, feminine, or a masculine being, it will anchor you in your masculinity. If you are a feminine embodied being, it will anchor you in your femininity. It also creates a connection with the chakras that you have authority over. So for example, as women, now we all have all 7 of the chakra points. This is correct. But there are certain chakra points that the masculine has authority over, and there are certain chakra points that the feminine has authority over. Feminine beings have authority over the sacral, the heart, and the third eye chakras. And masculine beings have authority over the root, the solar plexus, and the throat chakras. So it will help to anchor you and develop a connection with those chakras that you have authority over. And it also helps to balance the yin and yang energy in a way that is specific to you. Yin and yang is another, it's another popular topic that people like to talk about. You're too much yin, you're too much yang, you're too much yin, you're too much yang. But what it does is it balances those energies in a way that works for you and your being and your body. Okay? So if you have any questions, I can give you my card and you can email me and you can ask me whatever questions that you have. If there were some questions about this that you did not have the opportunity to ask, or, actually, we do have time to take a couple of questions. If anybody has any questions today. Yes.
When you say 7 chakra, is it chakra in Sanskrit? C-H-A-R-A, chakra, that's what you say?
Yes, sir. C-H-A-K-R-A. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
I think you said cosmic, the one that they do at the
Cosmic
retreats.
Polarity Reiki.
How do you find out where the retreats and things are?
So if you want to, okay. So Cosmic Polarity Reiki is taught at the retreats, and it's taught for those of us who have gone through the Well Woman, or who are going through the Well Woman Wisdom Practitioner Training Program. So I'll give you my card, and if you email me, I will email you the information about Sri Namaste Moore's program, and then you'll be able to follow those steps. But it's only taught at those retreats, if you want to be attuned in that. Any other questions? Okay, well, that is it. I thank you all so much for spending your time with me this evening, and you all enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you.
Bye, Facebook. Oh, hit the button.